Welcome back to TechKidFX for another Gala Games price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Gala Games chart. And before I start the video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And allow me to start the video here on the 1 hour chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening and also give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, where you can see that Gala Games, from these low prices that we had been trading within at around the $0.015 mark, we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the AD12 structures, where we have this AD12 structure in blue, having that as the first wave. Then we saw a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, then a wave 5, making its peak at around the $0.0512 mark, and also completing the formation of that higher AD12 count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the formation of a higher AD12 count 1, whatever we expected next is the formation of a higher AD12 count 2, which is a corrective wave. And because of its corrective nature, we also expected to see an ABC corrective structure play out, and we saw that ABC corrective structure having the wave C fully maximizing the formation of that second wave. And after seeing the formation of a higher AD12 count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of a higher AD12 count 3, and I believe that is what is playing out here on the Gala Games chart. And by first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, by connecting the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.09426 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting Gala Games to do in this higher AD12 count 3 to the upside. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this higher AD12 count 3, which is an impulsive wave, and because of its impulsive nature, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation, and we are seeing such a movement over here, having this AD12 structure in blue, where I have seen the formation of that first wave making its peak at around the $0.05577 mark. Then we saw this corrective structure in the formation of that wave 2, and I believe whatever we are seeing at the moment might be the start of this wave 3 to the upside before we see a wave 4, then a wave 5 to fully maximize the formation of this wave 3 to the upside. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this fractal wave within the formation of this higher AD12 count 3, so that I can give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, we can first get to see whether this second wave has done the minimum that we expect it to do by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave of the fractal wave to the high of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which is a target area that we retraced into before we started a very nice bounce to the upside in what I am terming as that wave 3 to the upside. And if I sketch out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 using a trend-based Fibonacci connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum retracement area, that is a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.07719 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect that wave 3 to the upside to do before we see a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. But for this movement to play out, we need some confirmations for us to say that we're in the formation of this higher AD12 count 3, and that confirmation is be able to manage to break above the wave 1 high, and that is at around the $0.05578 mark. In case Gala Games continues to see higher prices, given that we have the support of the 20-day MA, and manage to break above the wave 1 high, maybe even see a retest of that the wave 1 high and then continue pushing even higher, that will be enough confirmation that we're in the formation of this higher AD12 count 3, and there are chances of fully maximizing the fib level 1.618 at around the $0.09 mark. That is the very first possible scenario that I'm expecting to play out here on the Gala Games chart. And the other possible scenario that could be playing out here on the Gala Games chart, and that can only happen in case we continue seeing a decrease in strength, that is in case Gala Games continues to lose steam, that is steam to continue pushing higher, then I'll have a an alternative EDU12 structure, where I'll be terming this whole structure right here as a higher EDU12 count 1 to the upside. And if that is the case, then there are chances that we might have seen the high for this higher EDU12 count 1. Then we might see a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a second wave, then expect a wave 3, then a wave 4, and then a wave 5 to the upper side. And I can change the color of that EDU12 structure to red to represent that alternative structure, that is that alternative EDU12 structure that we can have here on the charts. And if this is the case, then there are chances of having made the high for this higher EDU12 count 1 at around the $0.05562 mark. So we can have this as the high for that higher EDU12 count 1. And if that is the case, then whatever we are seeing at the moment might be the start of this corrective structure in the formation of a second wave. And using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of that wave 2 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which lies between the $0.03544 mark and the $0.03073 mark. And in the formation of that second wave, I will also expect to see an ABC corrective structure play out, having the wave C fully maximizing the formation of this higher EDU12 count 2 to the lower side. So those are the two possible scenarios that could be playing out here on the Gala Games chart, and also giving us the short-term scenarios. And I've said that for us to confirm that in the formation of this higher EDU12 count 3, we need to manage to break above the wave 1 high. And if that does not happen and we continue losing steam here on the Gala Games chart, then the alternative EDU12 structure, where I'm terming whatever we are seeing at the moment as the higher EDU12 count 2 to the lower side, could be playing out. So those are my two short-term scenarios. And if I take a look at the indicators before I jump to the daily chart to give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, here on the RSI you can see we are trading at around the 63 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side in the formation of this higher EDU12 count 3 of this EDU12 structure in blue. And we also have a bit of room for us to support any movements to the lower side in the formation of this wave 2 of that alternative EDU12 structure. And also taking a look at the MACD, we have printed a bullish cross, meaning higher prices are still coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. And jumping to the daily chart to give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out. Here on the daily chart, you can first see that we have this falling wedge, which is a chart pattern that is here on the daily chart that was supposed to give us a breakout to the upper side. And the breakout happened, we saw a retest and then continued pushing even higher. And if I zoom out, you can also see that I have this EDU12 structure that is going in red, which is going to give me the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, where you can see that Gala Games, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $0.85 mark, and also completed the formation of that higher EDU12 count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the formation of that higher EDU12 count 1, we saw this ABC corrective structure giving us a low at around the $0.015 mark in what I'm terming as a higher EDU12 count 2. And on the long-term scenarios, I'm expecting another bounce to the upside in the formation of this higher EDU12 count 3. And using the trend-based Fibonacci, I have sketched out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $1.36671 mark. And that is what I'm expecting on the short term and the long term scenarios. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.